what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the...
I'd be like, I'll drive when
she left the table to go for a piss. I thought, yeah, I'll have one too. Only to end up standing at the urinal next to her. Bro?
I was not expecting you to say that.
He's got a surprise coming at the end of the night.
That could be a really good thing
Bro,
or a bad thing. It depends on what you eat.
Imagine.
I couldn't imagine.
Well, he obviously didn't expect her, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, it's not a good thing.
He might be into it.
He was looking for some fish sandwich and ended up getting a sausage.
He might like...
He was looking for a fillet of fish and ended up getting a Big Mac.
Yeah, but he got Chelsea buns.
He was looking for fish pie and ended up getting steak pie.
Anyone?
No, not the top of my head.
The funny thing about that is, obviously, if I'm going on a date or a first date, I'll probably tell one of you, man.
He was looking for apple pie and custard and ended up getting sausage roll, jam roll. Fucked it. Fucked it. Sorry, guys.
Start again.
Obviously, after that, one of you man are going to be like, how did it go? I could never, ever tell you what just happened.
I'm telling you, you couldn't either. I don't want you to hide things from...
Well,
Excuse me.
you know I've been catfished.
Yeah.
You know about the flashing
They
eye.
don't know about it.
Should I tell that story?
They need to know.
I feel like we should spread these horrific stories out. I got catfished, guys, on Plenty
I
of
tell you
Fish.
what, let's tell this story on the outro.
Fine. Guys, if you're watching the clip, come back and watch the show, episode 8 or 9. And I'll mention the story in the outro. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
But it's a good one.
You couldn't tell me that. I promise you couldn't. Because you'll never hear the end of it.
I know I wouldn't. Till the day I die, I'll never hear the end of it.
Tell him.
I mean, she must have been convincing to start with.
Yes.
Usually you can tell.
Yes.
Usually the hands and the Adam's apple give it away.
Maybe she was waiting till the jam, roly poly and custard turned up to tell him.
Maybe.
You'd never hear the end of it. But yeah, it's mad. Anyway, yes, you couldn't tell me. Yeah, as what you said, you couldn't tell me.
I could never.
But I'd love, for the sake of our friendship and our growth, I'd love for you to tell me.
I know. The thing is, it's one of those ones where I would never want to tell a soul, but it's something I could never keep to myself.
Yeah.
Because I feel it would eat me alive. And it's also one of those ones where I would never want her to tell someone for you, man, to find out without me telling you, man.
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah, I found out through my cousin. Yeah.
Said that
And
she
I
was
know
in
you didn't tell me on purpose.
Yeah.
Worse for you.
Exactly.
It's worse for you.
Exactly.
It's worse for you. Because now you fuck.
Your mind just goes west.
No, but now there's more to the story that you haven't told me because you haven't told me any of the story.
Now you want to date with the dude.
And now you can just make up whatever you want to make up because it doesn't matter.
I've sucked dick and I fucked her.
Yeah.
I've sucked it.
That's it. And that's the truth. Because I would think the same.
Yeah.
There's no other reason you're hiding unless you banged. You clocked it was a transgender, but you still carried on.
He's still.
And again, I'm not judging.
Well, I've started the main dish. I might as well get to dessert.
You've bought a dinner.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'm getting a blowy. Whether.
I'm not judging either.
But you did it, and there's nothing else you can say. You did it.
Just admit it.
Yeah.
These two are fucking
sake.
Oh, that's jokes. That's how I suck dick. Yo, a man said I sucked dick and I fucked her. It's so true, bro.
Anal's anal.
So true. If I find out,
Same either way, innit?
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Here's a question. There should be a game show. This would be a great game show. I think it should be hosted by Jeremy Clarkson. No, Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer's the host, and the game is there's a curtain similar to this one, right?
Yeah.
And there's a hole, little hole. There's 3 holes that lead to 3 arses, right? You got to put your dick in each one, and you got to determine whether it's a man's anus or a woman's anus.
That's quite easy.
Do you think you could tell the difference? You're not allowed to touch. You're not allowed to look.
I think
try and find the hair. No.
But I think you'd see that anyway, wouldn't you, through the curtain?
Yeah, no. There's no visual clues at all. It's just the hole. You pop it in. How would you tell if it was a man or a woman's ass?
I don't know if you could.
I don't know if you could.
I don't know if you could, because men come in very small sizes, very
Therefore,
large sizes.
any hole is a goal.
Mate, you guys will fuck a hole in the wall. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Hear about the story about this is true. This happened in Hampstead in London. You could Google this.
Go on.
There was a gay guy in his late teens who went to this popular public toilet that was a gay hangout, right? Dudes would go and meet there, have some fun, call it a day, right?
Yeah.
And the cubicles all had glory holes.
Yeah.
Right? So he went into the cubicle, looked at the glory hole, and apparently there's a thing you put your finger in and you do a tap or something. I don't know.
You do know.
Yeah, you put your finger in, you go to 12 to 6 to 9 to 3, and then that's the code.
That's the up, down, in,
anyway,
and out. That's why I'm going starfishing.
a willy popped through.
Yeah.
He gave it a nosh,
Yeah.
did the business, walked out. His dad walked out the cubicle.
His dad.
His dad walked out the cubicle. He sucked his dad's knob, swallowed, and then came out and realised it was his dad.
Well, the schoolboy error there is, one, sucking your dad's cock, but two, is coming out of the toilets when he's still in there.
Well, just asked to see your face just before. Can I just double check this is not my dad?
Hang on a minute. The idea of a glory hole is not to have a look at their faces before you suck their cock.
You run the risk of sucking your dad's knob. Imagine you're in the toilet.
Your dad, your brother, your uncle.
And a knob pops
Your
through, you
granddad?
give it a nosh, come out, and then Kev comes out. Her dad's name's Kev.
Kevlar.
From anyone's mouth but your own, you 100% sucked a penis
We have the best job in the world.
We do.
and you fucked her.
Shouldn't be allowed.
No, you shouldn't.
And there's no way out of it now. And I'm
I'd
telling
like to
everyone
sit with these two guys.
Yeah, man. I think we'd have a great podcast
great
together.
time.
else. And you have no choice but to remain my
I know.
boy because you kept this. You started this. Remain my boy.
They're friends
can't
for
be
life.
vexed
You got to
at
put up
me.
with any shit
You
there.
started this.
Yeah.
Stop waiting at me. Oh, my jaw.
Oh, that's jokes. All right.
Lockjaw.
That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
Next one. Pronounced remember as remember.
Oh, remember. Oh, no. Do you remember the time?
Remember the time.
What? Oh my
Remember.
god.
Remember.
There's so many words I get
Sweeted
backwards.
me.
Nah, man.
Listen, bro. Sweeted me. Pronounce remember as remember. You couldn't say that more than once on one day.
No.
You could have said
No.
it once.
Once.
Because I'm
pulling you
joke.
So I tell you, my friend.
Pulling you up.
I'll take my
my friend
napkin off.
Kelly, when you have a conversation with her, she has. I have lots of Welsh,
Yeah.
funny little things that I say. She
Now in a minute.
now in a minute.
Whose coat is that jacket?
I don't actually. That's not part of my actual
Okay.
vocabulary, but yeah.
Yeah.
But she'll say things like, "Oh, Kat, have you got the fan today?
The fan?
The fan.
As
And
in the
I'll go,
fan?
Do you need a lift?" And she, yeah.
Oh, the van? The fan? Oh, my God.
She calls it
So
the fan.
Welsh. So Welsh. I thought you meant like a blowing fan for your bed or something.
Confused me. Have you got the fan today? And I go, do you need a lift? And she's like, yeah. And you've got to just
Nice.
learn to speak Kelly.
Nice.
Fold it on the table and just leave.
I'm pulling you up on
I
that.
said, what did you say? Oh, I can't even say
you
it. Doesn't even
remember
come out
what you
naturally. Do you remember when?
Do you remember when?
Remember when we went to?
Oh, fucking hell.
I'd have to look at her twice.
Fam, what did you just say? I'm saying, do you remember when we went to? Where were you educated?
Fam,
Do you remember?
All the questions will be asked that day.
Oh my days.
That's hilarious.
Pulled up on a moped. Pulled up to the
She
deck.
did?
She did. She pulled up to the deck on a moped.
Listen, I have no qualms or issues with any mode of transportation, but that can't
Oh,
run.
no, see, I
that doesn't make
disagree.
sense to me.
You went on a date and the dude pulls up in a moped.
No, she pulled
I
up
know,
on a
but I'm
moped.
flipping it for you.
Oh, no. If I turned up and it was a red moped and I had like my red hat on and my levers and whatever, I don't think that looks terrible. I think it's quite fucking hot.
Moped.
It's still a bike. I'm in leather. It's nice.
It's a glorified lawnmower.
Yeah, but I'm in leather. I'm loving life.
Do you remember when we were on vacation?
Yeah.
I have to be broad with this.
Okay.
Do you remember when we were on vacation?
Yeah.
And someone we know
Yeah.
met a girl
Yeah.
and then escaped the scene on the back of her moped and go like this.
And hugged her. Yeah, it's horrendous.
I know exactly.
Doesn't work the
It's
other way
like being the
round.
big
Exactly where we
spoon. She had. No, you're being the big spoon
Yeah,
on the
you're-
moped.
Can
I
you-
suppose it's.
Can you imagine,
I
can you
suppose.
imagine me like with you sat behind me? You'd be able to drive for me.
Bit
I'd
on.
look like the little teddy bear with the little mascot.
The mascot on the front. Yeah.
Hugging her waist like this.
exactly what it was.
Oh God.
That was like a second to last night or something.
Bro!
I remember.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell.
Oh my
He wanted
God.
the world to swallow him whole.
She did.
Funny as shit. Oh, that's too
I
funny.
would never have remembered that until you just said that. I would never remember
I
that.
didn't remember until just then, and I wrote this down, the moped thing, and that still didn't remind me.
That's hilarious.
Fam, this one is so specific. I know for a fact it's true.
Okay.
I took her back to my place, and she started reading my post.
Oh Jesus.
She started opening Buzz letters and reading his post.
Start reading his bills and his.
What?
Why?
Listen.
Imagine.
No,
Why?
I couldn't. That's the thing, I couldn't. I honestly couldn't. I have
Why?
no... I don't think I would have an actual immediate reaction because I'd be so shell-shocked.
Mate, I
Same.
wouldn't even open your post. Would you open my
I'd be
post?
so
No.
shell... Of all
Not
the
unless you had
things
the lottery sticker on the front and he was a
indeed.
winner.
Yeah, you are a winner.
You're like,
Open
no, she's
now.
not.
come in, blah, 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 take your shoes off, come into my living room, you see like 4 or 5 envelopes there. You just start opening them.
You just start reading my letters.
That doesn't make sense to
No.
me, bro.
Nah.
That doesn't make
What
sense
is
to
wrong with
me.
people?
Fam, I'm telling you, mixed race, some kind of confidence,
It's the same girl.
some kind of all sisters. The men are lesser.
Post.
You do.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Want.
Sense
Fam,
to
that
me.
reminds me, I had a one night stand with a girl years ago in uni,
My head's going.
and she came back to ours after a night out. It was late. All you man were sleeping, and then she just plugged her phone into my speakers. She started playing music.
You've told me about this before. I don't know if you said it on here. But you've told me
I
about
might have
this
said it
before.
on here.
Yeah.
She just started playing music.
Nah.
Fucking loud,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, you have said it on here before.
In his house.
Fam. I couldn't even address the fact that you just violated my speaker. Turn it down.
Yeah.
And I had to look at her
Yeah,
and just turned it
Like,
okay.
do you know from that point, he knew it was only ever
I
going to
know.
be one night
I
stand?
know. Guys, let us know what you thought of this Shits and Giggles clip. It's a fucking great podcast.
Oh, we love
We're big
them.
fans.
Big,
We're
big
big fans.
fans.
What else should they do?
Give us a cheeky little like and subscribe and make sure you come back for the next one.
And in the comments, tell us your most embarrassing sex story. I want to hear it.
Please do.
Come over to episode 8 or 9 and check out the outro for my horrific catfish story.
Shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top.
Guys, welcome back to the show. Did you see Chris Rock's Netflix special,
No.
Selective Aggression? Oh God, I've forgotten what it's called now.
Is this his new one?
Huh?
His new one?
Yeah, I need to find the name because I can't just.
Did you not write it down?
I'm sure it's Selective Aggression or something. Chris Rock, Netflix. Selective Outrage. Forgive me. Selective Outrage.
Selecting it.
Me and Brody watched it at the weekend.
Oh, did
I
you?
think Sunday we watched it. It's very good.
So you watched it without me before I got there so that I'd have to watch it again. Is that right?
Well, no, so you could blind react to it, right?
Oh, okay.
Did you watch it?
No.
No, fine, great. So this is
wasn't it?
this is the last bit. Now, the description of the special was like, fun, laugh, and it listed a load of things to talk about. And the last thing was, and the Will Smith saga.
Which you know is going to be at the end.
Of
no
course,
matter
and it
what.
was at the end, right? So
Yeah.
the stand-up itself, if I had to give it a score out of 10,
Yeah.
it's a 9,
Oh.
right? However, it's slow.
Oh.
It's slow. It's a very slow build-up. It's like I would say it's almost like the perfect candle. It's a really slow burn, and then you get the firework at the end.
Okay.
Like, there's 3 or 4 jokes where I was crying.
Oh.
Just brilliant. I would say he had a couple of 1 out of 10s, a couple of 5 out of 10s, but he had this selection of 10 out of 10 jokes that were just
nice.
brilliant. And there's one in this clip, I believe. In my opinion, there's a cracker in this one. So this is the Will Smith part of the stand-up.
Oh.
Now, gang, it's not great quality. I couldn't find this anywhere on YouTube. I had to get it off Facebook, mostly because I think it will be copyrighted and taken down by YouTube, but I think we might be able to get away with it. It's not great quality, so forgive the quality, but you can still watch it and hear it, but the audio is great.
Smoke, y'all know what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith. Everybody knows. Everybody fucking knows. Yes, it happened. I got smacked like a year ago. Fucking last week, I got smacked in the fucking Oscars by this motherfucker. And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears. Fucking drums, please. But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle crying.
Good man.
Well, that's another little subtle dig, because Will Smith went on to Oprah and was fucking booing his eyes out about it all.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Never see it. Never gonna happen. I couldn't believe it, and I love Men in Black. No. It's never gonna happen. No. Fuck that shit. I took that hit like Pacquiao, motherfucker.
Like who?
Pacquiao, the boxer.
Oh.
I took it like...
Do you not know who
No.
Manny Pacquiao is?
No.
Out the fucking door. Out.
Motherfucking Pacquiao, okay? Shit, man. Did it hurt? Yeah, motherfucker, it hurt. And people are, well, you guys are fighting all the time. We're not fighting. First of all, I know you can't tell on camera. Will Smith is significantly bigger than me.
We can tell.
The same size.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell.
We
yeah,
can
yeah, we
tell.
can. You're 5'5", mate. Will Smith is 6'4". We get it.
We get it.
It's a significant difference.
Okay? We are not. This guy, Will Smith does movies with his shirt off. You've never seen me do a movie with my shirt off. If I'm in a movie getting open heart surgery, I got on a sweater. Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. You think I auditioned for that part? I played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City. Pookie, motherfucker. I played a piece of corn in Pootie Tang. Shit, even in animation, this motherfucker's bigger. I'm a zebra, he's a shark. What the fuck, man? Fuck! Fuck! Will Smith practices selective outrage. Practices selective outrage. Because everybody knows what the fuck happened. Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't have any entanglements.
He went there. He went there.
I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, what everybody knows, his wife was fucking her son's friend. Okay? Now,
Was there a son? What? No way. The guy she had an affair with.
His son's mate, who I believe was 20, 21, under maybe, I don't know. Right?
That's horrid.
But imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if Will Smith was fucking his daughter's friend from college. There would be fucking...
Outrage.
There would be fucking... He'd be in prison.
Yeah.
He'd be in prison.
Yeah. The outrage.
But for a woman, not a problem.
No, it makes me... That turns me down. I just say.
I normally would not talk about this shit. But for some reason, these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television.
So Will Smith was on the Red Table, which is Jada Smith's Facebook thing. It's called the Red Table. They talk about things. So she interviewed Will Smith about how did it make Will Smith feel when she was having the entanglement.
None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking
She's
somebody
someone
else.
You're about to miss. You have this habit of missing the key
Have
bits
never been interviewed.
through your talking. Guys, you should watch a film with her. How long did it take us to finish that film last night?
2 days.
By the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel? Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay?
She did?
And, by the way, he does that shit. Everybody in the world called him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch. Fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch, and the Breakfast Club called him a bitch, and the View, and the Talk, and every rapper, and the Drink Champs called him a fucking bitch. Everybody called him a bitch. They called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch.
It's genius. Just keep going.
Everybody.
He's a bitch.
Everybody.
Bitch.
And who's he hit?
Bitch.
Me. A nigga he know he could beat. That is some bitch ass shit.
You did go for the little while.
That's what the fuck happened, okay? The fuck out of here, man. The fuck? What the fuck? I do nothing to this motherfucker, okay? His whatever. Years ago, his wife said I should quit the Oscars. I shouldn't host because her man didn't get nominated for Emancipation. The biggest piece of shit ever. Okay? And then so the nigga gives me a fucking concussion. No, not Emancipation. I fucked up the joke. Concussion. She fucking said he should quit because Will didn't get nominated for concussion. What the fuck? What the fuck? So then I do some jokes about her. Who gives a fuck? That's how it is. She starts
So
it,
it rolls,
I finish
isn't
it,
it?
okay? That's what the fuck happened. Nobody's picking on this bitch. She started this shit.
Exactly.
Nobody was picking on her. Nobody was picking on her. She said, me, a fucking grown-ass man should quit his job because her husband didn't get nominated for concussion.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Is that it? No.
And then this nigga gives me a fucking concussion, okay? What the fuck, man? I love Will Smith. My whole life, I love this nigga. I saw him open up for Run DMC at the Nassau Coliseum. These niggas made brand new funk. I love this nigga. He made some great movies. I have rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this motherfucker, okay? And now, I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped. Got me rooting for Massa, okay? Hit him again, Massa. Hit him again. You missed the spot, Massa. You missed the spot.
No, that'd be brilliant.
A lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? How come you didn't do nothing back that night? Because I got parents. That's why. Because I was raised. Okay? I got parents. And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
I started thinking, he's got parents? What does he mean?
The master at work.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
The master at
Absolutely
work.
Brilliant.
Joe Rogan says that Chris Rock is one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
I think he's right. I
Yeah.
think he's right. If you watch the whole special, like I said, I think you'll find it's just a slow burn, but it just builds up at the end to this big crescendo.
Oh, brilliant.
It's fantastic.
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
that
brilliant.
was fantastic. It's really good.
So where does this leave the Will Smith Chris Rock saga? Who won?
Chris.
I think I'm with them. I think I'm with Chris. I'm a huge Big Willie fan.
Me too.
I'm a huge Big Willie fan. I've seen every film he's done. I've listened to every album he's made. I'm a huge
Mate,
fan.
He was probably my first crush as the older Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, absolutely. From West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, relaxing, scooting some b-ball outside of school when a couple of guys, they were up no good. Started getting trouble in my neighborhood. I got a one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You move with your auntie and uncle in there." I was for a cab and when it came near, the lights of the place so fresh and the dice in the mirror. If anything, I'd say to this cab was there.
But I said, no, forget it, go home to Bel-Air.
Born and raised on that shit.
Yes.
I haven't heard that for fucking years.
Mate, that was definitely, you came in from school.
Yeah,
You had the
straight
telly
away.
for like
4 p.m.
Yeah, but you only had the telly for that small time
Yeah.
before your father came in.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, and then
The
it'd hit
telly
you
was gone.
and what?
the telly
Then
was
it'd
gone.
beat me and go to
Yeah.
bed with a bit of bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Water.
thank you so much for watching. Please do check out the other videos on the channel. And if you're currently watching the show while you're watching this, and if you're watching the clip of this, come and check out the Dan Wheeler Show
Yeah.
featuring Kaz podcast because it's fucking awesome.
We love it.
This is where this clip is from. And if you're watching the show and this is the first time you're watching this clip, thanks for
Welcome.
fucking watching the show.
Welcome.
We appreciate
Put your name
you.
at the bottom. No, put your name underneath and we'll let's say hi.
See you on the next
See you
one.
next one. Check like and subscribe.
Check, like, and subscribe.
Shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top.
It's Prince. I was going to play you.
Guys, welcome back to the show.
Are you filming that?
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. Of course we are. Of course we are.
Of course we are. I wondered why you were so quiet. He does it to me all the time. Don't tell me we're on and I just do stupid things and he's like, I need a camera on you 24 hours a day.
Constantly. I was thinking about putting a little GoPro here
Mate, no one
and
else.
just having it on.
We say this, right? We have to do it. GoPro at your height and my height so you can see my world. I can see your world.
I can already see most of your world from here.
Oh, you have an advantage. I don't have. Shit! That's infuriating.
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Where is he?
Mate, I do.
Where is he? Rory!
Ro-
We've been waiting 6 weeks, mate! 6!
Do you think that he heard you? Because he is quite close.
I can't believe it, mate. I can't believe it. I'm getting angry. I'm getting annoyed. How many more nice things have we got to say?
Listen, I went into the local bakery the other day,
He's lucky I haven't got a bad word to say.
and apparently he's in there quite often.
In the bakery,
I think we should camp outside the bakery.
we're kindred spirits.
Yeah.
We both love a bakery.
Both love a bakery.
Camp outside the bakery.
If we,
Little pickets.
mate,
We want Rory.
We want Rory.
We want...
listen, if we boycott his food, he's gonna come.
I like the strategy.
He's gonna come. Like,
So
Rory-
we slam his bakery into the ground.
yeah.
There's stupid COVID regulations as well.
They
We
are.
slam them into the ground.
Yeah.
And then we go to his house and we go, nah, son. Nah, not in my town.
It's not happening.
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Come on, Reggae Bowman, man. We're huge fans. Jesus.
Mate, listen, I'm literally there. Do you know what I've thought? Just had the best idea
Go
ever.
on. What?
No, it really is. No. You're gonna love this.
Hold on. Hold your teacups. Get ready for the best idea in the world.
Go get a popcorn, right? They are looking for people to work in the bakery. We should apply.
That's not a bad idea. I'll give it to you. That's not a bad idea. So if we
Work in a
wear
ba-
t-shirts,
Yeah.
Ragan,
And Bone Man on
Yeah,
me.
Bone Man.
Bone Man. And we go and work in the bakery.
Great idea.
He's going to come in at some point.
Yeah, great idea.
We're getting paid to stalk him.
I think I'll be sexually harassed though. I'm not sure if. Or lawsuits.
I don't think you'll be the only one.
Every time. You went in there yesterday. Got a bit of a fan club going.
I
didn't
did.
you?
I just want to say hi to Nikki and her daughter, who I've just stumbled across us.
Okay.
And
Put your leg out, did you?
yeah, tripped her up. And she's a fan, a proper fan.
Who's not, mate?
I don't even like
Who's
to
not?
use the word fan because she's such a nice lady.
What's her name? Nikki.
Nikki,
Okay.
yeah, her and her daughter, and they stalked my TikTok, Facebook, and everything else. And then when I went in yesterday, she said to me, "I know this is a bit odd and a bit weird, but can I have a selfie?"
Oh, how'd you feel? Do you feel all famous and
No,
popular?
I stood there and I thought to myself, the only selfies I've really ever taken is like with my mates.
right? Okay.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
How does this work out? And I was like, yeah, if you want. And
Selfie is the new autograph, isn't it?
but it was a really touching, lovely moment. She's a really nice lady.
What did she touch?
My boobs.
No, okay.
No, she didn't. Sorry, Nick.
Nikki, filth. Put your hands. Give your hands to yourself.
But yeah, it was just. She's just a lovely lady, and I just thought, do you know
Nice.
what? It's really nice to feel loved.
Why wouldn't she be?
Exactly.
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 See the best in everyone.
So yeah, so we need to go and get a job in the
I think that's
bakery.
terrible advice, by the way.
Oh,
When people say, "Oh, I only see the best in people,"
no,
because you just ignore all the shit, do you?
just don't ignore the shit.
Just ignore all the narcissism and
Just
the
let it
abuse and the
continue.
yeah. I only see the best in people.
Yeah.
Well, you're an idiot then. I don't think people realise this because we've cracked the code of life. We now know there's a balance.
We do.
The yin and yang, the
pick our
black and
fights.
white, the dark, the light, the shadow, the light, the opposites. And we all live in this. We all live in this energy balance, if you like. And if you do something good, no good deed goes unpunished. Something bad is going to happen to you, and the equal amount of energy of the goodness.
Yeah.
And then likewise, when something shit happens to you, don't panic. You got something good coming equally as good.
It's just around the corner.
It's just around the corner. That's life. Figured it out a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Smashed it.
And we're just like, you choose your pain, choose your pleasure.
So on that note, everyone has their own little internal balance. No matter how good someone is. Mother Teresa, for example. Mother Teresa, a saint.
Yeah.
Right? Literally was made a saint. Saint Mother Teresa. However, I hear rumours that she was an absolute cunt.
Really?
Absolute. Behind the scenes, an absolute savage.
Oh,
Just
that's a
like didn't
massive
tolerate
statement.
anything. Well, these are the rumours I'm hearing. Rumours. I'm not saying they're real. I'm saying this is what I've heard.
You're not going to get sued now, yeah.
Which is dead.
Yeah, but her great.
She's back.
How do you know it's not me?
What, reincarnated? Interesting. I like that theory. And it's so no matter how good someone is, they have the potential and the capacity to be equally
We all
as
do.
shit. We all
We
do.
all
People have seen my worst. People have seen my best. And yeah.
And likewise myself.
And when I'm good, I'm great.
When he's bad,
And when I'm bad, I'm terrible. I think it's the same for most people, isn't it?
yeah. Mate, you've seen me at a low.
Yeah, likewise. Yep.
And
It's not pretty
It's
sight.
not pretty
It's not pretty sight. First thing in the morning either. It's not a pretty sight. I didn't show him that photo last time, did I? Obviously, I'm going to show him now. I did it.
You can go and fuck yourself.
I
Can I
did
put
it.
my selfie up now? That's even nicer.
No. What, with Nikki?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Nikki
okay.
selfie.
Here's Nikki.
Hi, Nick.
The pervert that touches Kaz up when she takes a selfie.
Didn't touch
Yeah,
me
well,
up. It was.
It's not what I heard.
She's lovely.
I have a...
Touch my baps any day.
Nice, yeah. What other bakery innuendos are they? She could have my sausage roll any day of the week.
Oh, that's a nice hot sausage roll.
Oh, give me those bacon. That didn't really work.
That's a oozing jam donut you have
That's
there.
a big baguette you've got right there.
What else?
Oh, that's what she said.
Oh, I do love a bit of a fudging brownie.
Oh, I'll have a bit of whipped cream on my tea, please. Oh, that's what she said.
They're a cracking pair of Chelsea buns.
Oh, that's what she said. Gang, in the
could go on
comments,
for a while.
any other bakery innuendos we have missed? Oh, that oven's hot. Oh, that's what she said.
Oh, come here, let me warm you up. No, that's not.
Oh, that's what she said. That's what Nikki said to you. Come on, right, let's move on. I have a story to tell you. Now, you've heard this a million times.
Are we talking innuendos here again?
We're talking innuendos, right? I have a story. I mentioned it earlier in the show. And if you watched, was it the Andrew Tate clip? I can't remember now. No, it was the Shits and Giggles clip.
Shits and Giggles,
If you saw the Shits and Giggles clip, you'll know that I have a story. I had two stories to tell you. One of which is the flashing story. The other of which is my nan's story.
Flashing story.
You know this one? In Staines at the bus stop.
Oh, that's... Oh, guys, stay tuned. It's brilliant.
So which one shall I give them? Shall I give them both? If so, which one first?
I think you give them 1 in 8 and 1 in 9.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, right, gang. So I'm going to tell you one of the stories now, and then the outro of episode 9, I will tell you the other story. I'll leave the best till last.
Yeah, so...
I think the Nan story is the best.
I'd go with Flasher.
So, this is a story of me when I was in my man whore phase. I was single. I must have been 26. Must have been 26. Early 26. Okay, so January, February 26. And I was on Plenty of Fish.
Poff.
For
those who know what we're on about.
Plenty of Fish back in the day. It's before the Tinder days, ladies and gents. But if you're young enough to know what Tinder is, you're probably too young to know what Plenty of Fish is.
Absolutely.
But Plenty of Fish back in the day, as it says on the tin, there were Plenty of Fish. It was a dating website, and you could hook up with people and go and have some fun. I actually met my ex-wife on Plenty of Fish.
Did you?
Yes. Well, we met in the gym, but then we were talking on... Anyway. So this is before then. So I'm single. I'm making my way through... Walton on Thames. I'm making my way through Hersham. I'm making my way through Staines. I'm just trying to complete all the levels. And I start talking to this nurse. I've got a thing for nurses. I've dated a few nurses. I'm dating a midwife at the moment. And I can't remember her name now, but let's say, for example, it was Emily. I can't remember her name. I think it might have been Emily.
Okay, we'll go with Emily.
I can't remember now. Let's say Emily.
Okay.
So I was talking to Emily. She was a nurse, and she'd been a nurse for a few years. I think she was like 21, 22, something like this, and I'm 26. We get talking, and we're talking for 2 weeks.
Right. Okay.
Right. We're messaging every day, multiple times a day, for 2 weeks. She's sending me photos. I'm sending her photos. We're texting.
You weren't doing dick pics, though.
Oh no, I've never done a dick pic.
Good
no,
man.
My dick's not big enough. So
kids out there, if you are watching, do not send those pics.
Never send a dick pic.
Never, ever,
it's
ever
horrendous.
Send one. Not only is it horrendous, it will haunt you for the rest
Even
of
if
your
you have the
life.
best dick in the world, no one wants to see it.
Once it's out, it's out.
Oh God. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're sending photos back and forth, flirting, a bit of sexy talk, 2 weeks, and she goes, "Oh, do you want to meet up?" I was like, "Of course I do."
Yeah.
Yeah. Does a bear shit in the
am.
woods? Of course I do. I'm ready
Why
to go.
did it take 2 weeks?
So it was a Friday night. I popped to Burton's beforehand. Burton's is a fashion shop here in the UK. So I bought a new T-shirt, a new shirt.
I thought you meant you popped a pill or
No,
something.
no.
When you popped a Burton's.
No, went to Burton's, got a new T-shirt, got a new shirt, new jeans, new underwear, and some socks and stuff, and a new belt as well. I spent about £100, right?
You went all out.
Well, I'd invested 2 weeks. I was like, this girl's cool.
Yeah.
This girl's really cool. I can see myself spending some time with this girl. Let's make it happen. So I got suited and booted. We agreed to meet in Waterloo train station.
Yeah.
Now, for those that don't know, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Oh, fuck off, mate. No, it's 10 years. I did my bad maths 10 years ago. Almost to the day, in fact. So 10 years ago in Waterloo Station, there was a Marks and Spencer at the bottom, and above that there was a bar. You could go down into the ground bar, or you could go up to the balcony bar. It was like a wine bar, and so I was like, "Look, I'll meet you on that balcony. My train's coming in at 7 o'clock. I'll be there for about 7:05. She was like, "Brilliant, I'll meet you there at 7." I was like, fantastic,
Nice.
great. So the train got a bit delayed, about 10 minutes delayed. So I texted her and said, 10 minutes delay, I'll be there about 15:15. She's like, "Not a problem at all. I'll get you a beer." But I was like, "This girl's
is
brilliant.
amazing.
This girl's brilliant.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She's getting me beer and everything.
Fantastic." Oh no, I've muddled two stories. Ignore the Waterloo is another story. Sorry, this was in Staines. Sorry. I didn't go to Burton's. Sorry, I need to tell that story. Right, put a pin in that one. Remember Waterloo. Sorry, go back to the other one. So I'm talking to the nurse, 2 weeks, and she was like, "Do you want to meet in Staines?" I was like, "Brilliant." Staines train station. God, I can't believe how many shitty stories I've got.
How many times?
Staines train station. I can't remember the time, but let's say it was 7 o'clock again. So it was like, "I'll meet you at the bus stop outside train station." So the train Staines train station, there's a bus stop, quite a big one, and it's where all the buses come in, turn around, where the taxi rank is and stuff. So I was like, I'll meet you there for 7. She's like, great. Anyway, I get there for 7, no one to be seen. I'm like, oh. We've been talking for 2 weeks, so I text her, I was like, oh, just let you know I'm here. She goes, brilliant, I'm just up the road, traffic's a nightmare, I'll be there in a minute. And I looked at the road and it was standstill. It was standstill, yeah, it was peak, like 7 o'clock, it's peak time. So I was like, no worries at all, I'll just go on my phone, whatever. So 10 minutes go past, still no sign. 10 minutes go past, still no sign. So I text her going, is everything okay? Like, are we still good? And she was like, yeah. Look, I'm just at the end of the road. I'll be 2 minutes. It's just coming down the corner. I was like, okay, fine, great. 5 minutes went past, nothing. Another 10 minutes went past. So I'm half hour. I'm standing outside in the rain in half an hour. For half an hour, there's still no sign. I'm thinking, I've been done.
I know you, and you would have been fuming after 5 minutes. Never mind fucking...
I'm never late.
No.
I always turn up early.
No.
Because I think it's rude to be late.
And you hate waiting.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm really fucking horny. I'm willing to wait half an hour. Okay? I'm willing to wait half. It's going to take me an hour to get back home to have a wank.
So you're there, yeah.
So I'm happy to wait half hour. Anyway, 40 minutes go past, still no sign of her. And at this point, I'm like, I've been fucking done. So I text her and say, look, I'm not wasting my time. Thanks, She goes, look, I'm literally 2 minutes away. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Please don't leave. I'm so sorry. The traffic's not outside. Fucking hell. I'll give her 5 more minutes.
Did you ever speak to her?
No, not on the phone.
Okay.
No. So we're just texting your photos and stuff. So anyway, as I agree in my mind to wait 5 more minutes, in the corner of my eye, in the bus stop opposite this little junction thing, there's a man standing there in a trench coat.
No.
With a leather kind of similar hat to this. Right?
Was it you?
So, similar hat to this, big boots on. And I don't know why it caught my eye, but it caught my eye and I could see him there texting on the phone.
Right.
And then I get a message.
Right.
So I'm looking there, I'm looking here. And she was like, I'm literally just around the corner. I've got to be there in 1 minute. I'm like, okay. So I replied and said, okay. And then I look over and he takes his phone out. He looks at it. He starts typing, and then I go on my phone, and I'm thinking, "There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. This must be a coincidence." So I try to ring, right? I try to call her, and then this guy takes his phone out, and I see him do that with his thumb, just one press, and the phone goes dead. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I've been fucking done. I've been fucking done." So I look at him. We make eye contact. And then I realise it's him. I realise I've been catfished. I've been done. I've been talking.
Because he knows it's you. You don't know it's him.
I've been talking to a man for 2 for 2 weeks, right? It turns out. So I see him. He sees me. He knows the case is over.
Yeah.
I start walking over to him, and he then goes and just opens his jacket up, flops his knob around at me for about 2-3 seconds, puts it together, and then runs away. I'm stood there going, what the fuck has just happened? I've been flashed by a dude I've been talking to for the last 2 weeks. I was like, this was not what I was expecting. Anyway, I was still quite horny, so we still fucked. And I couldn't believe it. Actual catfished. I got done,
didn't
mate.
Catch him then?
No. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of talking. All that time invested. Oh. Horrific, guys. It's a true story. Horrific.
Mate, I cannot believe...
2 weeks.
Was he... I got so many questions.
Go on,
right?
hit me.
So, how old was he?
Oh God, I can't really remember now. I'd say late 40s.
So he was an older guy?
Oh, no, yeah, he was older than me, yeah.
So he was... if he's gone in a trench coat with nothing on underneath... He's done this a lot.
Oh yeah. So it's a thing. It's clearly a thing for him.
So he would have gone home, jerked off.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. That would have been his thrill. I've wasted a man's time for 2 weeks. Now I'm going to flash my knob at him and run away. That's obviously what it gets him off.
That's a crazy thing to get off.
Yeah, of course it is. Right, we can't relate to it, but it was just I was more. I wasn't even annoyed about the flashing. Right,
Yeah.
a willy's a willy. Right.
Yeah, it's flash.
I don't even find it offensive. It's just okay, right, thanks a willy, and but it was the time wasting. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of me thinking I'm going to get my end away here. 2 weeks. Mate. She sent me like topless photos and booby photos, and they were great. I was thinking I'm going to have a great night here. It's going to be brilliant. Nope. Just willies. Have you ever been catfished?
Never.
No. I'd like to say that was the only time, but it's happened. It's happened a few times. Thankfully, due to that time, I can kind of spot it. So, like, immediately after that, I was trying to phone call everybody.
Absolutely.
There was no way I wasn't talking to them after that.
That would have been your first.
Yeah, and I no longer had dates unless we had a Skype or a video call or something. It was just I wasn't.
You're not going to be caught twice for
not
that.
doing that again.
No.
2 weeks.
Mate, you must have been fuming.
Right. On to more serious news. I have a complaint to make.
Right. What's your complaint now?
I have a complaint to make. I have a complaint to make. I have a complaint to make. Now,
Go.
if you watched episode 6, was it 7? Where I talked about O2. Where I talked about O2, my mobile phone carrier. O2. So I've had a fucking nightmare with them again, right? So not only have I called them every month for the last 4 months to try and sort this billing date issue, I needed to change the date on my billing because of a new bank account and whatnot. And it kept going out the wrong time. So I think it was in November I phoned them up originally and was like, look, can we change the billing date? Because, you know, I get paid on the 1st and, you know, it's going out on the 20th and, you know, don't have much money then. I'd rather not have to spend 150 quid on a phone bill at the end of the month. So, yeah, no worries at all. We'll fix it. Anyway, December comes, I get billed at, you know, on the 20th. I'm like, this is fucking Christmas time. This is a real inconvenience now. Anyway, so I phoned them up again. They sorted it. January came by, it happened again. And I'm just losing my shit by this point. Anyway, February came, it happened again.
Oh, I've been furious.
Oh, fuck it. Anyway, they finally sorted it. It finally went out, right, on March the 1st. I was like, fucking brilliant. And
it took them till March to get their shit together.
took until March to get that shit together.
O2, what is going on? It's
Ridiculous.
It's literally change
Just change
it
the
on
date.
the system.
Just change the date. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And then none of them made notes about my phone call. So every time I phoned up, it was a fresh new inquiry. I was like,
This isn't a fresh new
just so frustrating. Anyway, I get the money went out on the 1st. On the 3rd, I get a text from O2 saying my bill hasn't been paid and they're going to cut me off in 3 days. So I'm fucking screwing. All right, I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. You were there.
Steam coming out of your ears.
You were there. So I was like, right, I'm going to phone him. Right, and as you'll see from the screenshots attached, it took me an hour.
You did.
It took me an hour to get through to somebody, to speak to somebody, right? Which, first of all, is fucking outrageous. It's fucking outrageous.
Company.
They turn over the profit of $4 billion a year, right?
Yeah.
And I can't even speak to somebody within an hour. It's fucking absurd.
But didn't they turn around and go, oh, sorry, I work from home and my internet was down?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like,
So I finally got on to phone with someone, said my grievances, and they said, brilliant, well, I'll speak to my manager, I'll call you back at 2. Anyway, 3 o'clock comes and he just phoned back and goes, oh, sorry, my internet went down at home. Oh, so you're working from home, are you? Brilliant. So they could hire a million other more sales, customer service from
cheap.
work from home. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's cheap.
So I'm fuming about all of this, right? And it takes me an hour to get through. Matey doesn't fucking call me back. The bill date's been fucked up for the last 4 months. And they're threatening to cut my phone off even though I've paid. Yeah. Right? So I'm fucking tamping. I'm absolutely tamping.
Plus there was another issue though, wasn't there?
The app wasn't working. The app wasn't working.
The recycling part as well.
And the recycling part. Thank you.
Upcycling, recycling.
So I traded my old phone in because I got a new contract in November. I traded my old phone in for £425 of phone credit. And that still hadn't gone on the account. It turns out that they use a supplier. The supplier's systems were no longer working with O2, so the supplier couldn't send the cash to O2 to put it on my account. O2 knew nothing about it. The agency knew nothing about it. I fell into this weird gap where...
Where's your phone gone?
But exactly. So I'm down 450 quid. It's an hour to phone up. The guy didn't call me back for another hour after he was meant to. And the bill date issue and the threat to cut my phone off even though I paid. I mean, it's a clusterfuck of
and you've
just
been with
shite.
them how many years?
I've been with them for 15 years, guys. 15 years. 15 years.
Longer than most people's relationships do.
Like, how can you treat a customer like this after 15? I've spent tens of thousands of pounds with them.
Literally.
I've had like 15 phones with them, one a year. Like, anyway, just fuming, tamping, fuming. And And then it turns out I've got £17 to pay due to the billing date issue. £17 was missing or something. So that's what they were chasing me for. So I went on the app to pay for. So after all this, he was like, "You got to pay the £17." Off.
Go through the app and do
so
it.
I turned off, went onto the app, went to click payment, and then they'll get an error 500 error. The payment doesn't fucking work.
The actual app
So I couldn't even fucking phone that. I couldn't even make the payment that they wanted. That they were threatening to turn up a fucking phone with. So I've had enough. That's it. I've had enough. It's too much. It's too much. And they put the price up by 14%.
Mate, can I just say, I got gift gaff.
Don't even start with your gift gaff.
It's £12 a month, and it does me fucking great. No issues.
Right, I'm going gift gaff then.
No billing issues.
I'm going gift gaff.
Nothing. All you need is a SIM card. They're £1.
O2, if anyone from O2 ever watches this in the future, whatever it may be, you've let me down, right? You've disappointed me. You've angered me. You've upset me.
Oh, what was their offer?
You've taken the phone. Oh, yeah. And
What
then,
was their offer?
and then the last straw was, and this is why he had to phone me back. The last straw was, look, if you want to keep my custom, this is a clusterfuck of shit. This is all on you. This has got nothing to do with me. You can see from the logs I've been fucking really patient here. It's been 4 or 5 months of shite. I'm going to leave, or you can offer me something to stay. I'm going to give you the choice, right? How much does my custom mean to you? How much does 15 years of loyalty mean to you? Are you willing to apologize for all this fuck up and then offer me an incentive to stay? And they said, yep, absolutely. We're so sorry. Look, I've spoken to my manager. He's agreed to give you £50 call credit.
No.
50.
No.
£50.
No.
For 15 years.
You know,
£50.
You know your hourly rate of sitting on the phone is more than that.
£50. So I actually laughed. He said £50. I went, what's the real number? And he went £50. And I was like, sorry, because the guy, the Jerry was his name. The guy I was talking to, he seemed quite nice, right? Although I was tamping, fuming, we, you know, he was nice and polite.
You weren't taking it out on him.
Definitely not. Definitely, I was just listing my grievances. Yeah. So he seemed like a nice kid. We were getting on a bit of banter, and then when he 50 quid, I laughed because I thought he was having a bit of banter. I thought he was going to say, "Oh, you know, 500 quid," and then he said, "No, 50 quid." I was like, "Are you joking, mate? Is that really how much I'm worth? £50 to keep me?" I spend £150 with you a month and have done for the last 15 years.
And you can give that's
50 quid.
Not even 1%.
That's the incentive. It's not even 1%, mate. It's fucking absurd. So I said, mate, that's insulting. You've made it worse. I'm going to give you one last chance to make a counter offer. Otherwise, that's it. I'm going to Virgin. I'm going to go to EE. Whatever. It was like, okay, look, don't panic. I talked to my manager. Came back. Do you know what the new revised offer was?
Oh, I didn't hear this one.
£70.
That's not even
20 quid extra.
Yeah, that's nothing.
£20.
Now, if they turn around and said to you, listen, we'll give you £100 call credit and we will not let your bill rise by the 14.
Here's what they should have done, right? Yeah, well, yeah, yes.
You probably would have gone,
good shout.
Okay, that's fine.
Here's what they should have done to keep me, right? One, they should have kept accountability and responsibility. There was all their fuck up. Every single one of these things was their fuck up. It wasn't mine. Yeah. So an apology. First of all, right? Dan, mate, we're really sorry. We dropped the ball here. Look, we're going to make this right.
It takes nothing to just
we're going to make this right.
Shit, is it?
Absolutely. And then what they should have then done is given me a month's free bill. So I didn't have to pay for April, for example.
150 quid.
Exactly. Just a month free.
And then not put up your bill.
I don't want to give him £1 million. You know, I'm a very reasonable man. But a month's free phone tab. And then potentially maybe like a discount voucher on my next upgrade. Yeah. So to give me an incentive to fucking stay. Which
they can do at any point.
Oh, they can do it at anything,
team can give it to anybody. There was no need to be a dick about it.
Well, this was the annoying thing. It took me an hour to get through to customer service. I was instantly put through to someone at sales.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just fucking fucked. So O2, mate, you're fucking taking the piss. I'm almost positive you've got people leaving you left, right, and centre after the way that I've been treated. I no longer give a fuck. You're the worst phone company. You were the best phone company at one point because I was with you for so long, but now you're the worst.
Can I just say as well, you know GiftGaff?
Yeah.
Their provider is O2.
Well, I'm not going with GiftGaff then. I'm not going with GiftGaff.
Yeah, but you
fucking GiftGaff.
£12 a month.
Fucking GiftGaff and fucking O2. Go fuck yourselves, you fucking fucks.
No, GiftGaff are awesome.
No, they're not. They're run by O2 clearly, which means they're probably going to be shit.
They're not. I've never had an issue. In 5 years, I've never had an issue.
I'm calling this. If O2 don't make some drastic changes, I'm calling it. They'll be bankrupt within 5 years. They just won't have the customers. People aren't putting up with it anymore. People are now at a limit. Our insurance has gone up. Our bills have gone up. Our energy has gone up. Our shopping's gone up. Our petrol's gone up. And now phone bills are going up. Go fuck yourself, O2.
Mm-hmm.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, they're trying to make us isolated, aren't they? And
I feel much better now.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, I feel much better now.
Nice.
Fucking O2.
I do. I think they're trying to slowly squeeze us so much that we can't afford to do anything but just live.
Yeah, and then what will happen? People will snap. People will then either steal or fight or do something, and then they'll go to jail and all be their fault.
Yeah,
it won't be the government's fault. It won't be the commercials' fault. It won't be, it'll just be their fault. The way this government treats its, I don't want to say employees because we're not employees, and it treats their people. It's just outrageous.
We pay for the privilege to work.
Just there's so much shit I can't be fucked to get into it. It's just so much. You seen the Matt Hancock stuff recently? You see the WhatsApp messages he's been sending?
I don't understand. Right, okay.
How
has this man even got into any high
He needs to be in prison. He needs to be in prison, first of all. And I quote, this was one of his text messages to his staff. I quote, "We need to make the public shit scared of the next variant." That's the message he sent to his employees.
Mate,
we need to make the public shit scared of the next variant. If that doesn't show you the corruption, the conspiracy, the corruption, if that doesn't show you who is in charge of our country, it's fucking outrageous. And he wouldn't have just said that. No. He would have been told that from Boris.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So you've got Andrew Tate who's in prison for voicing an opinion, and then you've got this shithead who's literally shut the country down, made all our bills go sky high, backing us all into a corner.
Because of a fucking flu, because of a cold.
People are committing suicide because they can't afford their bills. Families are breaking down. People are homeless. He's got a lot to fucking answer for. A lot to answer for. I have to admit, if I ever saw Matt Hancock or Boris in person, alive. I don't know.
That would be a tough one to keep my emotions in check, tough. I have to admit. It would be really difficult. That motherfucker, like, I had a breakdown in 2020. When COVID happened, that was when my breakdown, my relationship was falling down anyway, and that didn't help. And I had some addiction issues as well, and that certainly didn't help either. But my business died overnight. I literally went from 45 one-to-one personal clients, all paying me 50, 60, 70 pound a week. I was earning a good wage. And then literally overnight, they all stopped because we went to lockdown. So I went from a decent wage to zero overnight, and at the same time, the landlords evicted us.
Insane.
Utterly fucking insane, right? And that was all due to the government because the flu came over when we already had the fucking seasonal flu, and they went, "Oh my god, this one's deadly." We all saw the images on the news. Yeah. People in China were falling over in the street, dying. They had the hazmats. It looked like an apocalypse, right?
It really was.
Yeah, and then a year later, we find out that it's negligibly more serious than the normal flu that we got. And almost everybody survives it unless you're at high risk. Well, if you're at high risk, you shouldn't be fucking out anyway.
And they vaccinated people. And can I just say, right, I've had the vaccine and I had the top up, right? I was never an ill person until I had it.
Interesting. Controversial.
Now, and Mike is the same. Now, we are so susceptible to any colds, any flus, any bugs. Well, you know yourself, I've had a bug for 7.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean...
Still haven't gone to the doctors, have you?
I'm going. I promise you I'm going. I'm going to go.
The scaremongering, the fear-mongering, it's just absurd. So I've had enough. I'm coming off the grid.
Yeah, what's your opinion, guys? Let us know.
Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're with the O2, let me know your experience.
Yeah, we want to know because we could put together a right little clip here to actually send to O2.
They won't give a shit, mate. They won't give a shit. They won't give a shit. Do you know what? We'll do it and we'll just see, just to prove my point. They won't give a shit. I'll put it on my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and the YouTube, and my Facebook, and we'll just see what comes back. But I guarantee nothing. They don't fucking care.
They don't.
They literally don't care. 50 quid to keep a customer of 15 years. Fucking hell. fucking
As a
outrageous.
businessman, if you had someone paying you £150 a month for 15 years, you would do anything.
I'd want to keep them, of course. Yeah, regular cash flow,
They're your bread and butter.
guaranteed income. You know,
It's your bread and butter.
fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
We brought the tone down a bit, gang. Apologies. Quick, say something funny. Quick, say something funny. What we got in store for episode 9?
Episode 9, we have more shits and giggles.
We do. We
We
do.
have some comedy reactions.
We also have part 2 of the interview with Andrew Hansen.
Yes.
What did you think of part 1?
Do you know Andrew is an absolute
Legend, right?
ledge.
Absolute legend.
He is articulate. Everything that you asked him, his knowledge bombs kept coming back. He was
Articulate,
brilliant.
intelligent, mature.
Yeah.
Just he didn't seem like a fucking whack job in any way, shape,
There was
or form.
no, like, I don't know what I was expecting, because I'm terrible and I won't do my research, because I'm just like on the person, because I want to take them at my
Agreed, I
face
like that.
value.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
You know what I'm like? I'm like, well, when we sit in the room or we talk, then I'll work you out.
Yeah.
Then
Are you not talking to the microphone again?
I am.
Are you not talking to the
Oh my
microphone?
god, he keeps threatening me with this big tube thing.
Oh, that's what she said. Yeah, that one's better.
That was better.
Right, go on.
Where was I? Yeah, and he was just I didn't get any conspiracy theory like vibe off him. He had facts, he had knowledge,
Facts.
and he literally made me go, I need to take this a bit more seriously.
Something's going to happen. This is
Yeah.
the thing, right? And we, as you saw from part 1, we went through a few theories and we went through a few things. The magnetic poles is 100% going to happen. That is going to shift in our lifetime. We just don't
Science.
know when, right? The science has backed it up. You can track the poles moving. They're accelerating now. By 2030 to 2045, they're going to meet in the Indian Ocean, and then what happens next is an unknown. It could be something as severe as the planet stopping spinning temporarily. It could just be some disruption to our electrical grid. We don't know, but the consequence of the magnetic field weakening and moving and changing is that it reduces our protection of the sun.
Yes.
And the solar flares and mini novas and whatnot are all possible and likely. And if we lost our it's similar to if you're an army soldier, right, and you've got your Kevlar and your bulletproof chest on, and you're going into the war zone, you feel a bit secure. Of
course,
right?
yeah.
But if someone says now go in naked,
Yo, whoa.
you're not going to last long, right? And that's kind of the
And
phase
it's gonna
we're
kill your
headed into.
confidence straight off.
We've also just discovered there's a meteorite headed towards Earth that's going to impact the Earth in 2046. That just happens to be the date Andrew was talking about specifically.
Yes.
So that's an interesting turn of events. We've also got the threat of World War III happening with Ukraine and Russia. We've also got the threat of another disease coming. We've also got global warming. We've also got earthquakes and super volcanoes. We've also got solar flares. We've also got the magnetic poles changing. We've also got, the list goes on. There is so many things trying to kill us.
The list is absolutely ongoing and endless, but it's all documented in every single book, isn't it?
Well, religion over the
Every
years.
single religious book has got some reference.
They seem to be trying to give us some hints, don't they?
Well, I think they're trying to tell us it comes every 6,000 years. and that's what-
6,500 years, yeah.
6,000. Sorry,
Get it right. If we're going to be, let's be accurate. Let's just be accurate.
Yeah,
They want no
6,000.
more information, cumbrellas
No
and all that.
cumbrellas.
No cumbrellas.
Listen, just because your mate thought that was the best part of the show.
my mate Toby watched it and he started
Hi,
watching.
Tobes.
Yeah, mate. He started watching. I think he's watched from episode 2 up to 7. So, mate, big shout out. Appreciate the love and support. And he dropped me a WhatsApp and he was like a TIL about cumbrellas. I was like, what the fuck does TIL mean? Do you know what that means? Today I learned.
Today I learned.
So today I learned about cumbrellas, and obviously we talked about it in episode 7. And so I was like, lol, what does TIL mean? I had no idea.
Yeah, no, I've never heard that.
I've reached that age
I've
now.
heard the whole, I was today years old when I.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, this is TIL. Today I learned. And so I messaged back and he goes, oh, it stands for TIL. So I just replied, TIL.
You taught the Wheeler something, Tobes. Well done.
Appreciate you, Tubbs. I was thinking about Toby the other day because we recently reconnected. We went to college together and hung out until about 21, and then our careers took us in separate. I moved up to London and whatnot. So we forked in the road, and then we recently reconnected, like Howell's College and all that type of jazz. And I've realised now that that's a 20-year relationship.
Yeah.
We've known each other since we were 16, so it's 21 years. I mean, it's fucking, that makes my head hurt. It makes my heart feel sad. 21 years.
Mate,
21 years I was at college.
my oldest friend.
How long were you?
My oldest friend, Layla.
It's got to be 30 years, isn't it?
We've known each other since we were 4. So we've known each other
40 years. Wow.
40 years.
How many fallouts have you had in that time?
None.
You two haven't fallen out once?
No, not once.
That's rare.
Not once. No, Layla's scary.
That's
Love you,
rare.
Layla is a very straight talking person.
Right.
She tells you how it is. There's no beating around the bush. If she don't want to do it, she ain't going to do it. If she doesn't want you to do it, she'll make sure she tells you she don't want you to do it. And if you don't do it and then you fail, she goes, I told you so. So she's a very
Sounds
straight
like me a little bit, actually.
In fact, she does remind me. You have very similar.
Oh, she's good looking as well, is she?
Oh, she's lush. She's beautiful. So yeah, 40 years.
40 years. Anyway, reminiscing. It's always
Hi,
nice to
Lale.
reminisce. All right, Layla, how we doing, mate? So, gang, I think that's wrapped episode 8 up.
I think so.
I think that's wrapped episode 8 up. Episode 9, we're going to talk about zombie apocalypse. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We've
I am
obviously.
so looking forward to this.
Me too. We've got Rag and Bow Man, more Rag and Bow Man stuff to talk about. And also, we're going to talk about The Last of Us TV series on Sky right now. It's amazing.
Only just heard of this, so this is a newbie to me.
Go check that if you haven't, and we'll be discussing that all in episode 9.
I'm so excited.
Guys, big thanks. Thanks so much for stopping by,
Thank you.
for watching the show. If you got this far, you've watched the whole show and other shows, we fucking appreciate you.
We love you.
Let us know who you are in the comments. Come and say hello so we can get to know you.
Please do. And if you do like us, give us a cheeky little like and a subscribe. But I'd appreciate a share as well.
A share would go a long way.
Yeah, share.
A share would go a long way.
I don't know why I'm whispering.
Should we start giving out prizes for those who share?
Giving shouts out to shares. Shouts
Share
for
it.
shares.
I tell you, guys, if you share it, send us a screenshot of your share. We'll give you a shout out. And if you tell, we'll get a screenshot. When you share it, send us a message of what you want to be said on the show. We will read out anything you put in the share as a little thank you.
As long as it's not like, Daniel, you are a...
Well, we had a comment yesterday going, I fucking hate Dan's laugh.
I know. Oh, and we put a poll up as well, didn't we? How's the poll doing? We're supposed to cut off.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Should we see what the poll's doing?
Yeah, let's see what the poll's doing. Yesterday, Dan thought it'd be a great idea to put a poll up to see who was funnier, me or Dan. And at one point...
Well, it's only been 24 hours, so let's not...
At one point, I was 60-odd%. And
You were 66%,
Yeah.
and I was 33%. And it's now
I can't see what it is.
62% to Kaz,
Oh,
38% to me.
oh, they've swayed with 1%.
I can't get the reflection right.
No, that's Rowley, that
There
is.
we go. That's a bit better.
Rowley did that. Rowley, you did that.
But it's only been 30 votes, so it's not enough of a... Once we get 200 or more votes,
Then
then
you can make it,
the
yeah.
answer will be unanimous. Right? Guys,
So get
come on.
voting, guys.
Come
Get
on.
voting.
Come on.
If you haven't-
Don't vote for her, vote for me. I'd appreciate it.
I'll get my tits out if you vote for me.
Oh, fuck, I can't do that! Guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the